This is the third video in a series which looks at the new Quakers Australia website and provides information about using the website. The first video looked at the main menu in general terms. The second video looked at the organisation menu in more detail, and this video looks at the resources menu. Before we go there, you'll notice in the top right a small menu which includes login. If you click on that, you will be able to put in your email address, and I will put in my partner's details, and that will then lead you to a page which gives information about your own account in the Quaker database. And you'll see on the right hand side that it also indicates whether that information is visible to other friends who can sign in. Signing into the website in that way enables you to go to places which are restricted to members and attenders only. Going back to the resources menu, the first item there is the basics of Quakerism, and that takes you to our other web page and website, which is designed for inquirers and attenders to learn a bit more about Quakers and what we believe and what we do. And you can go and have a look at that separately if you wish. Second item on the resources menu is Quaker Learning Australia, which is information which that committee has put together to help people to study more about Quakers, and also the information about the Meeting for Learning retreat. And as you can see, there's a link there which you can click on to provide you with information about the date and cost and place of the retreat which is on at the moment. There is also on the Quaker Learning Australia page a link to further information if you want to see what else they have available. The next item on the list there is Quaker biographies. That includes details of around 1,300 friends who have died in Australia since first European settlement. There is a search facility which enables you to put in a name, and it will bring up documents which include that name. Or you can just have a look at some of the files that are there, which were put together by Marjorie and William Oates about all those people that they could trace who arrived in Australia prior to 1862 and were associated with a Quaker meeting. The next item on the resources agenda is a page for our policies, where you'll see that there's details of the child protection policy, the Safe Quaker Community policy, and our privacy policy. The next item is administration resources, which I will come back to because it's more complicated. But the one beyond that is study centres, which provides information about various Quaker study centres here and around the world. So there's the Silver Wattle Centre, Wanganui in New Zealand, Pendle Hill in the United States, and Woodbrook in the United Kingdom, with links to those organisations if you would like to find out more. And the last item on the menu is exhibitions, which you will see gives details of the World War I exhibition, including copies of each of the panels of that exhibition, and then also a reference to the Friends in Stitches exhibitions which can take place at various places around Australia. Going back to the resources menu, you'll see administration resources, and if you click on that, it becomes a more detailed information, mainly for friends who would like to find out more or get more assistance in running or the way in which Australia Yearly Meeting and regional meetings are run. So on that page, for example, there's the up-to-date copy of the Handbook of Practice and Procedure and of the rules of the Society under which we are legally incorporated in the Australian Capital Territory. There's a list of the generic Quaker email addresses and website addresses that can be used for communicating with various office bearers and the website information. And then there's also a page of the terms and conditions of this website, which you would have signed your agreement to when you first signed into the website. There's then information about some Quaker publications and also some reports which arose from the survey which was done of Quakers in Australia in 2014, and some comparisons with the 2013 survey done in Britain yearly meeting. Below that you'll see that there is a heading of members only resources, so that items below that heading are only available if you have signed into the website, as we did earlier. A member of the public who tries to access any of those will be blocked until they are able to sign in. The first of those is electronic communication guidelines, and on that page are documents which give advice on how we manage the Quaker websites, including how we make changes, how web maintainers can edit their particular aspects of the website. Then there's also a document about the membership database, which regional meeting secretaries are responsible for, which details the information about members and attenders and children. There's then a document about the email system and the way in which that is run, which most of you will not be interested in because that is handled by the AYM website coordinator. And then there's also a link to the social media guidelines, which are used to advise on the way in which we are using social media. Going back to the members only resources, the next one on the list there is yearly meeting and standing committee resources. That is information about AYM and committees and how they're run and what they're doing. So there's a AYM list of appointments, which is updated from time to time. A complete set of minutes from a yearly meeting, 2004 to 2017. Copies of documents in advance and documents in retrospect for past yearly meetings, as well as any that are taking place now. And then a copy of the yearly meeting planning manual, which has been put together by the yearly meeting assistance committee to help regional meetings who are planning and organising yearly meeting. Then there's a section on standing committee which shows the details of standing committee meeting minutes for the last 5 years or more. Going back again to the administration page, the next item is the regional meeting resources. And those include the list of up-to-date list of appointments of the main regional meeting office bearers, a document on assistance for regional meeting treasurers, which gives them help and advice about the way in which yearly meetings finances are run, and a document for transferring membership from one regional meeting to another, and a document about preparing testimonies to the grace of God in the lives of deceased friends. And finally, going back to the administration information, there's additional resources which are mainly about the children and junior young friends information, which is available on this website, and some information about the Quaker Quest process, which has been used for outreach and helping attenders. So that's the details that you can find on the resources menu, and I would encourage you to go and look at them and see where you can find information that you may need. You'll also see that in the top right there, that menu has changed to log out. If you're inactive on the website, in other words, if you don't do anything for half an hour or more, it will automatically log you out for security reasons. But if you wish to, you can deliberately log out by clicking on the link there, and it will take you back to the home page. If you have any questions, by all means contact the yearly meeting secretary or the yearly meeting website coordinator.